Huge. I mean, really big trouble.
This really shocked me. Because Stan is the kind of guy who could talk himself out of any kind of trouble. What kind of trouble?
I got fired today.
Fired? You mean for good?
You don't get fired temporarily. It's permanent. It's a lifetime firing.
Why? What happened?
It was on account of Andrew, the guy who sweeps up. Well, he was cleaning the floor in the stockroom, and he lays his broom against the table to put some junk in the trash can, and the broom slips, knocks a can of linseed oil all over the table, and ruins 3 brand new hats right out of the box. $9 Stetsons. It wasn't Andrew's fault. He didn't put the linseed oil there, right?
Right.
So Mr. Stroheim sees the oily hats, and he gets crazy. He says to Andrew, the hats are going to have to come out of his salary, $27. Anyway, I said to Mr. Stroheim, I didn't think that was fair. It wasn't Andrew's fault.
You said that to him?
Sure, why not? So Mr. Stroheim says, you want to pay for the hats, big mouth? So I said, no, I don't want to pay for the hats. So he says, then mind your own business, big mouth.
Holy mackerel!
So Mr. Stroheim looks at me like machine gun bullets are coming out of his eyes. And then he calmly tells me to sweep up. He says, for this week, I'm the cleaning man.
I can't believe it.
Everybody's watching me now, waiting to see what I'm going to do. So I grit my teeth and I pick up the broom, and there's this big pile of dirt right in the middle of the floor, and I sweep it all over Mr. Stroheim's shoes. Andrew had just finished signing them, if you want to talk about irony.
I'm dying. I'm actually dying.
Everybody in the place is about to bust a gut. Mrs. Mulcahy, the bookkeeper, can hardly keep her false teeth in her mouth.
This is the greatest story in the history of the world.
And then Mr. Stroheim takes me to his office, and he gives me this whole story about how he was brought up in Germany to respect his superiors, that if he ever did such a thing like you did, they would beat me in their cup until they carried me away dead.
That's perfect. You got him down perfect.
And I said, yeah, but we're not in Germany, old buddy.
You said that to him?
No, to myself. I didn't want to go too far.
I was wondering.
So Mr. Stroheim tells me he's always thought I was a good boy, and he was going to give me one more chance. He wants a letter of apology on his desk by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, or I can consider myself fired.
I would have had a heart attack. What did you say?
I said I was not going to write the letter if Andrew had to pay for the hats. He said that was between him and Andrew, and he expected the letters in the morning. So I said goodnight, walked out of his office, put on my hat, and went home. 10 minutes early.
I'm sweating. I swear I'm sweating all over.
I don't know why I did it. I just got so mad. I mean, if you give in when you're 18 and a half, you'll give in for the rest of your life. Don't you think?
I guess so. So what's the decision? Are you going to write the letter?
No.
Positively?
Positively. Except I'll have to discuss it with Pop first. I know we need the money, but he once told me, you always have to do what you think is right in this world and stick up for your principles.
And what if he says that he thinks you should write the letter?
He won't. He's gonna leave it up to me. I know.
But what if he says, write the letter?
Well, that's something we won't know until after dinner, will we?
All in all, it was shaping up to be one heck of a dinner. I'll say this though. I always had this two-way thing with my brother. Either I worshipped the ground that he walked on, or I hated him so much I wanted to kill him. I guess you know how I feel about him today.
All day it takes to bring home bread? Give Aunt Blanche the butter. She's waiting for it.
I was home a half hour ago. I was talking to Stan.
Hey, I got a letter from Rosaline Weiner. Remember her? They moved to Manhattan. They live on Central Park West.
Why not? Her father's a gangster, her mother's worse. I don't get a kiss, hello?
I was going to save them up and give you a giant one for Christmas.
We don't have Christmas.
Oh God, as if things weren't bad enough! And now this, the ultimate tragedy! Liver and cabbage for dinner! A Jewish medieval torture! My friend, Marty Gregorio, an A student in science, told me that cooked cabbage can be smelled farther than sound traveling for 7 minutes. If these memoirs are never finished, you'll know it's because I gagged to death one night in the middle of summer.
Come in here and help me.
In a minute, Ma. Pop's home. I would now like to introduce my father, a real hard worker. He was born at the age of 42. Hey, Pop. How you doing, Pop?
How am I doing?
Let me carry these for you, Pop.
Eugene, you're too heavy. You hurt yourself.
No, I just have to get a good grip. I can do it easy.
I need to sit a few minutes.
Are you okay, Pop?
I'm resting. That's all. Eugene, go get me a glass of cold water.
I'll be out for the other box in a minute, Pop. I don't know how he does it. King Kong couldn't lift these. You know what's in here? Noisemakers and party favors. Pop sells them to hotels and nightclubs after he gets through every day with his regular work, which is cutting material for ladies' raincoats.
Did you do your homework today?
Most of it. Mom sent me to the store 15 times. Amos and Andy is on tonight.
Do your homework. Then we'll discuss Amos and Andy.
Mom, when are you going to speak to Uncle Jack?
When I speak to him, that's when I'll speak to him.
Tonight? I have to know tonight.
I'll see. If he's not too tired, I'll speak to him tonight.
Jack's home. We'll eat in 10 minutes. Nora, darling, go get Stanley. What's wrong? You have to carry that box every day? Back and forth to the city? You don't work hard enough, Jack.
You want the box? It's yours. Keep it. I don't need it anymore.
What do you mean?
Delmar's party favors went out of business. They closed him out. The man is bankrupt.
Oh my God.
He never even warned me it was coming.
You told me he lived up on Riverside Drive with a view of the river. A $300 a month apartment he had. A man like that?
We're the ones who didn't go bankrupt. You live in a cold water flat in Delancey Street. Bankruptcy is the one thing God spares you.
All right. You can always find it in something. You don't have to lug that box around anymore. You don't have to get up at 5:30 in the morning. We can all eat dinner at a decent hour. You still have your job with Jacobson. We won't starve. Something will come up. Go to temple this weekend, pray all day Saturday.
This man in that temple has been praying for 40 years. Do you have any idea how many prayers I have to get answered before my turn comes up?
Your turn will come up. God has time for everyone. Eugene! Where's your father's water?
Just hold on a minute. I'm coming. Parents. Here's your water, Pop. I put ice in it.
Don't drink so fast.
Pop, do you have time to look at my sneakers?
What does he want to look at your sneakers for?
They have no soles. They're hanging on by a tiny piece of rubber. I have to clench my toes every time I run out for a fly ball.
I bought you new sneakers last month.
Last year, Pop, not last month. I can only wear them for 2 hours a day because my toes can't grow in them.
This is no time to talk to your father about sneakers. He's got enough on his mind. Turn down the light on the liver. We'll discuss this later tonight. We'll eat a nice dinner, relax, and when everyone's asleep, we'll figure things out calmly. I don't like it when you get upset.
Chapter 7, the infamous dinner. It all started out like a murder mystery. No one said a word, but everyone looked suspicious. It was so quiet, you could hear Laurie's soup going down her esophagus. Everyone had one eye on their plate and one eye on Pop. The tension in the air was so thick, you could cut it with a knife, which is more than what I could say for the liver.
Mustard? Pickles?
I'm through. I'll help with the dessert.
Finish your liver.
I finished. Do you see liver on my plate?
You buried it under the mashed potatoes. I know your tricks. Look how Lori ate hers.
I had a major problem. One more bite, and I'd throw up all over the table.